Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, everyone. This is our group presentation for our animation technique group project. Our group consists of 3 members: Shima, Haidar, Alatas, me, Abdulghani, Hamza, and lastly Abdelrahman, Orabi. We have created a short movie, and the title for that short movie is Ahmed Journey with Video Games. So, for the contents of this presentation, firstly, I will be giving a brief about the story and the characters that we have in this story and the beginning and the ending of this story. And then for the task distribution, Orabi will be talking about it and how we have divided the tasks between the team members. And then after that, the modifications that we have made from assignment 1 and what we have added in addition to complete the short movie. And then lastly, the animation principles, which also Sister Shima will be talking about, the animation principles that we have used, and how we have used them in order to finish the short movie. So, without any further ado, let's hear Ahmed's journey, or let's hear the story. So this is the poster. Actually, each of us have created an individual poster, but we have decided to choose this poster to be added to the presentation. So what's the story? We have 3 characters: Ahmed, Sami, and Aunt Lena. Aunt Lena is actually Ahmed's mother. Ahmed is addicted to video games, and his childhood friend, who is Sami, who is also a really good friend of his, was really worried about him because of his addiction of video games. So then Sami and Aunt Lena decide to help him and make him realize that video games are not good for him. So after they try to talk him into that video games are not good for him, Ahmed makes a difficult choice that he wants to stop playing video games and focus on his studies. After that, he gets awarded for his hard work, and he realizes that yes, the decision that he made was good, and he made the right choice when he decided to stop playing games. That was the end of the short movie, and then from here I think we will move on to the task distribution with Abdulrahman Orabi. And that's it for my part. Thank you very much, and Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I am Abdulrahman Hesham Ahmed Orabi with matric number 1727039. All right, about the task distribution, we were 3 members in this group: I and our brother Abdulghani and our sister Shima. So, as we can see here, for brother Abdulghani, he worked on a background scenes, and all of us worked on it. He also worked on Ahmed's character digitalization and his voiceover. In addition, he added his character to the animatics that we have all created. Okay. Now moving to Abdulrahman, I have worked on the background scenes with all of my group mates. Also, I have worked on Sam's character digitalization and his voiceover. Additionally, I have added my character to the animatics that we have all created. Okay. Now moving to the last member here, which is our sister Shima. Actually, she was worked on the background scenes with all of us. Also, she has worked on Lena's character digitalization and her voiceover. Furthermore, she has added her character to the animatics that all of us created. Lastly, she has worked on the combining the scenes together. I think that's all from my side, and thanks for listening. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Shima Haidar Alatas with matrix number 1725900. So in this presentation, I'm going to present about the modification from assignment 1. So the first thing we did is that we made a digital version for our characters and scene. As it can be seen here, we did draw all the scenes and characters in paper, and then we did make a digital version for the scenes and characters. And then after that, we added more scenes to support our story. Since in assignment 1 we had only 9 scenes, we added more scenes to support our story. So we added like 10 more scenes. And then we wrote our dialogue and narration. So in assignment 1, we did not write any dialogue or narration. So we did that as a modification from assignment 1, that we wrote dialogues for each scene we have. And then after that, we added the movement of the camera to the scenes. So for example, in this scene, we did the movement of the camera, which is zooming in. And then after that, we added the voiceover for our characters to the scenes. So since we wrote the dialogue and narration, we did record a voiceover to support the movie, and then we added the voiceover to the Adobe Animate. And then lastly, we linked all the scenes together to make it as one movie. Since we did all the scenes separately in a different Adobe Animate file, then lastly we linked all the scenes to be in one file. And then next I'm going to talk about the animation principles we used in our movie. So the first principle we use is that slow in and slow out. So in slow in and slow out principle, we use this principle in moving the trees and the road in our movie, as we did not have a constant speed to move the objects. So for example, in this scene, we use the slow in and slow out principle to move the trees, and we did not have a constant speed for the moving for the movement of the trees. And then after that, we use the staging principle. So for the staging principle, it was one of the main principles that we used in our movie, as we used it in setting the backgrounds, the characters, and the position of the camera. As for example, in this scene, we used the staging principle to change the background from shoot 1 to shoot 2. For example, like here, we change it from the Aunt Lena and Sammy were talking, and then we moved it to Ahmed. And also we zoomed the camera to Ahmed. In this movement, we use the staging principle. After that, we use the timing principle, which we use less frames to represent sharp and quick actions in some of the scenes. For example, for the lip syncing, we use in some scenes we use like the exact lip syncing for each voice note, but then like in some of the clips we used it like to represent sharp and quick actions. And then lastly, we use the arcs principle. So this principle was perfect to represent the walking motion or action for our characters in our movie. So we similarly start to raise and move the foot and end up with lowering and full stop the action. So for example, like here we can see that the foot is moving like up and down to represent the walking motion, and then he stopped. Then we showed the end up of this walking. So I think this is all for our presentation. Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum.